Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Rocket League news. I hope you guys all enjoy. As always, going to give you my thoughts on a big event out there, that being Season 7 Finals, which were absolutely amazing. I'm going to talk about viewership, my problems with it, of course, the best parts of it, give you guys some highlight plays, so on and so forth. I hope you guys all enjoy the breakdown because this past weekend was absolutely amazing for Rocket League. There are always continuous, I guess I could say, examples out there of how competitive Rocket League is currently, and this could be, though. You guys can, of course, argue down below in the comment section down below. This could be one of the best runs I have seen to a grand final, taking that being of the championship from Vitality. I didn't want to spoil you guys in there for too long out there, but of course you probably already could tell by the thumbnail. This might be one of the better RLCS runs and seasonal runs I have seen in quite some time. With that being said as well, a lot of people, of course, it's going to be hard to beat Season 6 and the fashion that Cloud9 took it. I think Vitality, though, they might reign supreme in my book for quite some time of their run in doing so. But as always, I hope you guys all enjoy. First of which, we did not see a lot of teams here, right? I think it was a big disappointment to see the legacy of Dignitas not be there, TSM as well, EG, CJ, and his boys as well, alongside a couple of other teams. And with that being said, though, there was still an amazing lineup of teams out there, some amazing storylines on top of that. When I look at these teams, you of course have Vitality and Barca, your two dominant European teams throughout the season. Same goes for NRG and Cloud9. Then you have G2 tag along, who is always struggling to break that top 3 in North America, right? They are never consistent enough to actually break that barrier. I think a lot of us would always put Cloud9, NRG above them, so they're trying to make their run as well. Then you throw in Rogue on the back of Kronovi, of course, a brand new roster there this season. And with that being said, he's done a great job reforming them to make it to this point alongside Triple Trouble. They were certainly two very surprised teams to come out of the European region. Then you have your OCE teams, your South American teams, not knowing what to expect too much. But with that being said, I think this time around it worked out pretty well in terms of what teams actually made the playoffs. But let's get into the breakdown. So many good storylines, so many great teams, and just a very, very weird event. With that being said, I think the group stage went pretty much according to plan, right? All of our best teams supposedly did go through as the way it should be. No real sneak peek / heroes / upset teams. Although again, for me, teams like Rogue, Triple Trouble, the fact they made playoffs at the RLCS Finals, to me, they were my sleeper teams out there. My kind of sneak through teams. Unfortunately enough, no OCE and no SA teams will make it through this season. No OCE run like we saw last season finals. But again, hopefully in the future, these teams, these regions continue to grow together and they come back better and stronger. And I always love to see a lower region make a run throughout RLCS Finals. This time around, though, did not happen. With that being said, though, when it comes to round robin best of 5s, you only play 2 series, and all of a sudden that's your seeding for the bracket. We got a very unfortunate circumstance, very unlucky circumstance, where we saw practically, I would say, our top 4 teams all in the same upper bracket. Compared to lower bracket, we saw one top-ish team, that being G2. Then you go to the upper bracket and you saw Cloud9, NRG, Vitality. And then you throw in Barca as well. Those are your top 2 North American and your top 2 European teams. And that sucks. That really does suck because in the quarterfinals, we got what could have been a finals matchup, but that's how the cookie crumbles, right? That's what it makes it so important every single series throughout group stage. If you want the best seed, you need to win it all. But unfortunately enough, our best teams, it's just the way it worked out kind of sucked. Because Vitality NRG, I'm really curious what you guys think about this. My favorite series all weekend long was Vitality NRG in the quarterfinals. And like I said before, it could have been very much a finals match, especially with how much people were doubting on Vitality. I was actually texting my buddy about this. I thought, if the betting odds are good enough on Vitality, I definitely would take this. The entire desk, of course, takes NRG. And then with that being said as well, if I would have predicted the event itself, NRG would have been my favorite team. But these are the Titans, the best North American team this season, the best European team this season. At one point in time, of course, looking a bit shaky as of late, but Vitality was on such a strong run, with this new roster themselves. But with that being said, one of the best series, NRG take map 1, and ever since then, though, a pretty much near a full reverse sweep as Vitality take down NRG. And just the fact that NRG can go out in 5th through 8th place in a quarterfinals against Vitality at the RLCS Finals, it's a bit unfortunate of circumstances. I really wish it was a finals matchup because besides that, Vitality, they start their run there. Alongside that, of course, we have a team like G2. I think they pretty much dominated PSG, although the scoreline reads 3-2. It was a pretty dominant one-sided affair. On top of that, of course, when it comes to Cloud9 as well, I think looking very well offensive pressure-wise. They've done this quite a bit. They suffocate you with their offensive pressure, and Barca has also struggled against that, especially throughout early to mid-season as well. Cloud9 take down Barca. Of course, my my favorite team besides a former Ghost Gaming. And then very lastly, Rogue managed to take over Triple Trouble. That matchup, a very lucky matchup for both those teams. I could have seen it going either way, but Kronovi pulls them forward to their first ever semifinal appearance, and it just continues to kind of shock me. We of course then had 2 4-0 sweeps, and it was almost kind of funny. The same things that Cloud9 was doing to Barca with the offensive pressure and kind of just choking them out offensively themselves with their own offensive pressure, the same thing happened to them with Vitality. They make it look almost eloquent the way they 4-0 sweep Cloud9. They make the finals with G2, and G2 looked magnificent against a team like Rogue. I will still stick to it though. G2 had an amazing run throughout playoffs because of the matchups they got. We're fairly lucky. I don't think we should lie about that, but with it being said, they looked so strong against Rogue. I was expecting a very close finals, but it's Vitality taking it and in hand, guys. Shouts to the entire, of course, Scrub Killer coming out with the MVP himself a couple of days of the event, including the final day as well. Well deserved. On top of that, though, of course, the entire trio. Let me describe this run. We can compare it to Season 6 and Cloud9's run. You know, you beat the former world reigning champions Dignitas twice in best of sevens back-to-back. That was very, very incredible. Then you look at Vitality, though, and just let me describe the run they made. You guys can decide as well in the comments who made the better run between these two teams, because Vitality, they beat our number 1, 2, and 3 North American teams in doing so after losing to G2 in the group stage. And NRG had dominated these guys' precedents historically pretty well throughout the year so far. These two teams had dominated Vitality, and all of a sudden, when push comes to shove, when it really matters, they take down NRG in the quarters, then they take down our second, or I guess you could say first best North American team, how you rank them, in Cloud9. They 4-0 sweep Cloud9, then they take on G2, the team who beat them pretty bad in a best of 5 in the group stage just a day previously, and they take them down as well. They take the RLCS title by beating out the entirety of North America, and in doing so, they finalize such a solid run they had throughout the entire season. And with that being said, you guys can, of course, determine which one is better. I still think Season 6 was remarkable. I have a North American bias though, but with that being said, I have to give big shouts. I think Scrub Killer, great event. JNaps himself is the reason they made that run. I could say the same for Chicago at times. I think Garrett G had an amazing presence, and I almost think his teammates just could not live up to it during that very, very critical series, but they too obviously had a very solid event. I think it could have gone either way with how strong they started it. There are many MVPs deserving of the entire event, but with it being said, an MVP viewership, as apparently peak viewership breaks 200K for the first time since Season 3 of RLCS. This is the second highest peak viewership of all time for Rocket League, and I just couldn't be happier for all of you guys who watched it. It was a great, spectacular event. It seems like every year we have an amazing storyline to go with the team who takes the title, and I cannot wait to break it down once the RLCS Season 8 does continue for all of you guys. As always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy just an incredible event. It always brings me back when I watch great Rocket League events, how much I truly love breaking it down for all of you guys. Until next time though, I hope you all enjoy. I will see you back here hopefully sometime soon as Roster Mania will continue.